Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. First and last, I almost forgot the name of the podcast. I'm talking really fast for some reason. I am Josh, and with me is Joe.
Hey, man.
And Jimmy.
What up, dudes? Dogs.
Oh,
Dudes, I screwed it up.
Start
over.
Number one podcast for dudes and dogs, first and last.
Dudes with dogs.
Okay, so
.net.
We strictly discriminate only towards dudes with dogs.
Am I understanding this podcast wrong?
That's, nope, you're correct, 100%. But we're on week 2 of summer camp.
Woo! I miss my mom.
Aw.
But I made so many new friends. I don't know. I can't.
Kickball. I don't know. What do you do at summer camp?
Capture the flag.
Camp Crush. Who's a Camp Crush, guys?
Joe.
Oh, cool.
Is that not?
Okay.
Well, today we're doing Beast Wars. Yeah. Transformers Beast Wars.
Explain Beast Wars to me.
More than
meets
the
like
beast.
not the plot, but like where does this fit in?
In like the lore of Transformers?
In the lore
in
of
the
like
canon.
Or just like more meta than that, like of like being a child. Like, what was this on? When was this on?
It was. I have Wikipedia right here, slightly out of
It's computer animated, so it's got to be.
I'm pretty sure it was
late 90s.
Yeah.
So 96.
96 to 99.
Whoa!
3 seasons.
Okay.
So I got a point.
It was either, you know what? I can't remember what TV channel. I feel like it was a Fox show, but I can't be for sure.
Okay.
And I can't see it on Wikipedia.
But it was like a after school show or like a
yes.
Okay.
It was I think it was a later after school show. You know how you'd get back to school from school? Maybe you didn't have this. Maybe it's only me. You'd get to school back from school. It would be like Power Rangers and like X-Men.
Okay.
And then there'd be like the later cartoons.
Yeah.
That were kind of like you already watched like an hour or two of cartoons.
Okay.
So you're kind of done with them slightly, maybe. Or
that's when Beast Wars came on?
Yeah, Beast Wars was either on then, or it was you get home from school at 3:30, so Beast Wars is on at like 3.
Oh,
so
you
could like you'd always like catch the end of it.
Because I don't know Beast Wars, so I'm wondering how I missed it.
I think it was either on early or late, so it was not it wasn't in the prime time portion of.
I'll tell you, it was syndicated, so it could have been on anything.
There you
It
go.
was on different, depending on where you lived, it was on different networks. But I just saw on IMDb, or am I on Wiki? I'm on Wiki, that it was called, the show was aired in Canada and was called Beasties.
Beasties.
Which is what I'm going to refer to it as for the rest of this podcast.
Beasties.
Beastie Warriors.
Beastie Warriors.
Was it like Jimmy, do you know the show? Is this a popular show?
I've never seen this show.
Okay.
I'm glad.
I'm aware of the Transformers.
Yes. Well, Joe, you texted me earlier this week and was like, "Sell me on Beast Wars."
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure whether or not you were just trying to like say, "Don't do this show," or you just wanted a little bit more info.
It was both.
But I feel, but I feel like I told you one thing and you're like, "Oh, I get it now."
Yeah.
And what was that?
Oh, Megatron is a dinosaur.
Yeah.
That explains it. I get it. Like, okay, instead of trucks, they're animals.
Yeah. Yep.
Got it. And also, I'm on board with this. So like,
yeah, I would say the Decepticons are more evil animals.
Okay.
Like spiders and dinosaurs and stuff, and then the Autobots. Well, they're not Autobots. What are they called?
Maximals?
Maximals. Is that it? Sure.
The internet.
They do say, they go, maximize. They do that, I think.
Yeah.
The
all
IMDb
mammals?
says the Maximals battle to save the universe from tyranny. That's the
nice. I like that the like good guys, like they're Autobots and Decepticons kind of thing, and then in this one they're Maximals, so they get a new name, and then the Decepticons.
just
Like I'm pretty sure they're
Decepticons.
just still called the Decepticons.
I read a thing that called this show controversial because it had been like there had been a gap between the Transformers cartoon in the 80s and like this is the next Transformers thing, but they had
it might have been,
but they had changed it where it wasn't cars anymore and it was animals, and people were like mad about that.
Well, they had in the 80s cartoon, they had the Dinobots.
Okay.
They were a part of it.
Right.
And I don't know whether or not they just thought, hey, everyone thought the Dinobots were dope. Maybe we should just do an all animal one,
Yeah.
which I think is cooler.
So the Transformers, they're robots in disguise, right?
Yep.
They're more than meets the eye.
Correct.
They so they transform into
Go on.
cars so that they can like live in our world and like cloak themselves.
Correct, Sam Wickwiki.
Okay. So but these beasties, they transform into animals so they could like live amongst the animals?
Well, there aren't really humans. So this is we'll find
'cause
out
this
we'll
is
find this is like pre-human civilization.
Yeah, there's dinosaurs, right? So like is like Megatron trying to like fit in with the other dinosaurs and like build a dinosaur army?
I'm not 100%. I just don't think they care.
Okay.
Like I don't think they're trying to they're not trying to like migrate in and be like I'm a T-Rex just like you, real T-Rex.
Yeah.
It does beg the question though, why, if they are Transformers, do they need to transform at all?
Yeah.
I think that is addressed in the first episode.
Ooh.
Why do you think that is?
Because
What's the setup? I think I kind of remember what happens. Like I think I know the very large overarching like story of this thing. So I'm probably once again out for guessing, but what do you think?
I think there's no explanation. I think they just when they're like talking and hanging out, they're animals, and then when they fight, they turn into robots with no explanation.
Okay.
Just that maybe they're just more comfortable in their animal skin, but when they need to fight, then they turn into robots.
How do they? Is there a trek to Earth, or they just start on Earth, or like? I mean, I would assume that even in all other Transformers things, like the Transformers aren't from the Earth.
Right, they're aliens.
Yeah.
I think they come from a meteor, and it lands in like Mexico, which starts the extinction of the dinosaurs.
First episode is the extinction event.
I mean, they're not gone yet, but yeah,
I like it.
maybe the Decepticons ride in on that wave, and then the Transformers the Maximals, the Beasties, they follow them.
Well, they're all beasties.
Because maybe it's that the Decepticons are like trying to take over the Earth, and they're like massacring the dinosaurs, and the Maximals are trying to stop them from extincting. That's not a
Stonkting.
Do you think there's
extinct.
do you think there's real animal characters? Do you think there's like a dinosaur that like
Yeah, I think they befriend some
actual
wilderness pets.
okay.
Like a pack
have
of cute
dino.
foxes or something.
Pack of what are the little ones from Jurassic Park: The Last World?
Like children.
Pack of
What?
Oh, you mean the compies?
yeah.
Pachycephalosaurus, I believe is what it's called.
Oh man. I hope.
Or
it's-
maybe that's the one that headbutts, actually. I think that might be the one
those
that headbutts.
Packies. Yeah, the compies.
I forget what the compies
Anyway,
are.
I think they have compy pets,
Little baby dinos.
Yeah, why not?
I'm into
Yeah.
it.
and they once in a while eat stupid cavemen who wander off from their troop, trying to pee in the woods, like in The Lost World. Have you seen? You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. We're just gonna see how long you win for that. We're gonna keep going. Well, any other thoughts about potentially what is happening in this first episode, or just questions about the Transformers altogether, Joe?
Yeah, I have questions about their whole universe. Like, yeah, why do they need to transform?
Okay.
What are they like?
Hopefully, we'll figure that out.
If the Decepticons are trying to take over the world, why are the Maximus or Maximals trying to protect the world? What do they have to protect?
Because it's not their world.
And they just have a code where
Life
they protect
itself.
the world.
Yeah, it must be they should be holier
Because they
than
don't have
thou
a
people.
world anymore, right? It's kind of the
Yeah,
thing of
maybe
the
they-
Transformers.
Yeah, maybe they fled their
starring
world.
Shia LaBeouf.
They
Maybe-
fled their world.
Maybe they fled their world, landed on Earth. I actually don't know this part technically. Maybe they fled their world, think it, and like assume it's gone. So then they're Supermen.
Yeah. Well, they live on
They're-
Earth and they have to live in disguise.
And now they have to live on Earth because they don't have a world anymore. So then they have to fight the Decepticons, because if they don't, then they'll destroy the world that they have.
or
But I don't know why we'd want to destroy the world that you lived on as well, which would be Decepticons are doing as well. Okay.
Jurassic Park came out in 1995.
Yep.
And then dinosaurs became popular,
Yep.
and they wanted to sell some toys.
And they did.
And they did.
I'm sure they
Did
did.
you
And
have Beast
video
Wars
games.
toys when you were a kid?
You know what? I didn't really have very many Transformers toys at
Okay,
all.
me
Like
neither.
I might have had like one. I think I always wanted like the Megatron one.
Yeah.
I think I had him. Not as a T-Rex, but as a different one.
Like
They-
regular Megatron?
I don't even know if it was a Beast Wars one. Like I just had I know I had a Megatron one.
Okay.
Did you ever play the PlayStation game?
No.
It was like a third-person shooter. It's terrible.
I'm sure it was great.
There
I'm sure it was just great.
might have been more than one. I think there were multiple.
Oh, there's probably been more than one Transformers game. I'd be willing
I
to
mean, a Beast Wars game.
put a $5 on that.
Oh, specifically Beast Wars?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Maybe.
Beasties.
First and last Let's Play Transformers game. Anybody?
Yeah.
All right. Let's just get into it. Let's dive right
Yes.
in to this dinosaur transforming feast. I don't know. We'll see after that. Okay. Bye.
Feast Wars.
Feast Wars.
Beastie Wars.
And we're back. Beast Wars. How they did it?
Beasties.
Yeah.
Beast Wars. Hi, Pete. Pete the Cat's joining us for the second half of First and Last. Jimmy, got a read up for us?
Oh, yeah, I do. A band of benevolent Maximals track a pack of power-seeking Predacons to a mysterious planet. Wow. That was a lot of P alliteration. When they both crash land, they establish themselves upon the planet and clash, commencing the Beast Wars.
Oh, yeah. I guess there's actual Beast Wars.
Beasties.
Beasties.
We should look up, try to find the Canadian intro, because it's got to be different, right? It's not called Beast Wars.
Yeah, you think they go Beasties?
Oi.
Yes, I do.
Oi.
And that's what I hope to
Beasties.
find on the internet.
They're Canadian, though.
Eh?
Yeah, there you
It
go.
is really
Sorry.
nice. Beasties.
I went oi, didn't I?
Yeah.
I wasn't
The
Canadian.
Australian?
Oi, mate, beasties.
Oh, you beasties.
Oh, the beasties.
The dingoes are coming.
They're all just dingoes.
Good or bad.
They're all
Good or evil, they're all dingoes.
dingoes.
You
One
cannot tell them
Optimus,
apart.
Optimus Prime is an emu, and that's the only difference.
It's a very socialist. Everybody's equal.
There's no fighting.
No
It's just
fighting.
beasties.
Some
mates.
light disagreements.
Beastie mates. We're all dingoes.
You just have an intramural basketball league they play in. That's pretty much it.
I heard a story about a lady who got convicted for murdering her little baby,
Mm-hmm.
and she literally said said that a dingo came and dragged it out of the tent or something like that, and took their baby away. And she's like, I didn't kill it. I don't know where it is. The dingoes took my baby.
I don't think I know what a dingo is.
Maybe
It's like a coyote.
it's a marsupial.
Okay.
It's like a what?
I thought a dingo. Oh yeah, you're right.
That's a
Because,
wallaby. Are you thinking about a
I
wallaby?
think all of this is. I'm just thinking about Rocco's Modern Life.
Right.
Is that part of the summer camp?
No. Maybe
Missed
next
opportunity. Next year.
But I guess years and years and years and years later,
Next time.
they found a dingo den with a dead baby and the thing, but the lady had been in jail for forever.
Oh, man.
So is that what
She was telling
Elaine
the
is
truth.
actually talking about in Seinfeld?
Maybe, but I think I don't know where the phrase "the dingo ate your babies" from. Maybe it's from
She's-
that one awful
she's-
murder case.
She says that to an annoying woman.
Maybe the
the
dingo,
dingo
ate your baby.
Yeah.
Is that what that's from?
Yeah,
Is that why
that's
we
Elaine's
say
yeah,
just because Elaine said it?
yeah. It's a quote.
I don't know. Since I've known
Seinfeld.
English,
Watch it.
I learned it from Seinfeld. So,
All right.
what'd you guys think? Did you love it? Was it great?
It was a good time.
Joe,
I don't think it
you're
wasn't
a harsh
as
critic.
it wasn't as bad as I thought, I guess. I thought it was just going to be a toy showcase, but there was They're looking for an energy source. They find it on Earth, and there's too much of it, and that's why they need to like take these beast forms. Is because if they don't use the beast forms, like the Energon, was it Energon?
It's called Energon.
Will like eat them up.
Like radiation to them.
Yeah, like they need it, but it's too much of it on Earth. Are they on Earth? This planet?
We're pretty sure it's Earth.
We're pretty sure it's Earth, but it did have like
Earth
2 moons.
Animals. Oh,
Okay.
interesting. Did not.
It looked like it had 2 moons, but it also looked like when they showed like a really quick globe when they were like scanning for Energon or something like that.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure it was like Africa, because I feel like they're
Sure.
in Africa.
Okay.
That would track.
So it looked like Africa to me. So it's like they're not saying Earth, but
Yeah,
it's like back when Earth had 2 moons. You remember that?
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then one fell into the earth and killed the dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
I thought the show started really strong, like with the like they're in outer space. Well, first of all, just the opening like theme
Beast Wars.
and like
Yeah.
did you see the like did you guys notice the like end of the like sequence, the opening sequence? It was like a raptor trying to eat the gorilla's face.
No, that was Megatron.
It's a
that was
Megatron,
Megatron.
and
Optimus Primal.
Optimus Primal, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which is a fun twist.
Yep.
And he's like got his T-Rex jaws around the gorilla's face.
That was actually on the next time on Beast Wars.
Oh,
I
what?
noticed, yeah, because
Oh.
this was a first episode. It was just called Beast Wars Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a Beast Wars Part 2, but according to the Wikipedia, it happened the day after. So they were 2 days in a row. So
Sure.
we are not watching Part 2.
Those are the rules. We have
But-
rules here.
It rules.
Doesn't anyone else give a shit about the rules?
God damn it. If we have nothing if we don't have rules.
So they're tracking this Energon, and they need to stay in this beast form. So that like comes into the battle where they're like fighting in their regular like transformer form, but then they have to go back into beast form
I would
because
say it'd be beast form and like robot form.
robot form.
Sure, yeah.
It's not human form.
They're fighting in the robot form for a while, but then they need to go back because they'd spent too much time.
Right. And it brings the like Predacons down.
Yes, that brings me to my first and last apology. I got it wrong.
Yeah. Not the Decepticons.
They're not Decepticons, they're Predacons.
The Badicons.
I apologize, listeners.
Predacons and Maximals.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so the Predacons didn't turn back like fast enough, so they all started like seizing and
Yeah.
and falling to the ground while the Maximals like quick turned and ran away.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, they all got on top of the
Yeah,
Rhinobot.
They ride the rhino.
They're just like, hey man, you
Rhinox.
picked Rhino, so we're gonna like hop on your back. And he's like, man, I wish I didn't pick a Rhino. It's like I should have picked the rat.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
So they're like, oh, we're gonna choose the like best, like strongest Earth creature forms
Uh-huh.
to like to host our robot bodies. Dude picks a rat.
like
His name is Rat.
It's
I
a
mean,
pretty
they are
big rat,
hardy.
though.
He's huge.
he's a big rat.
He's
big
one of
rat.
those like you found him at sea after he like after like a ship went down and everyone died and the rats ate the bodies.
Or
This is bigger
Maybe-
than a dog.
because we were thinking that they picked these animals and then they like came up with new names, like call me Rat Pack, call me Cheetor,
Rat Trap.
Rat Trap.
Rat Pack would have been better.
But maybe
It's not Frank Sinatra. Voiced
like-
by Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
like maybe those are already their names, and they're just like, well, this one's close to my name already. I guess I'll be a rat, whatever that is.
You think Cheetor's name was Cheetor?
Yeah, his name is already Cheetor, and he's like, oh, check it out, a cheetah. That's kind of like me.
I think seeing as how they've come to this, they don't even know what planet they're on.
They introduce themselves to each other, which is already
they
stupid.
introduce themselves like they're creating the name at the time.
My name's Rhinox. My name used to be Rhinox.
Was there 4 of them?
So there was 4 of them.
4.
There was Optimus
Of
Prime.
the goodies.
He's an ape.
Mm-hmm.
Maximals.
Rhinox. He's a rhino.
Yeah.
Rat Trap is a rat. Cheetor is a Cheetor.
Er.
Or
Nor.
And then
And
supposedly there's tons of.
There's 6.
Yeah, but at the beginning, Optimus Primal says that like they left because at the last minute they shot a bunch of pods.
Yep.
And so a bunch of their crew is in orbit right now.
Yeah, so
he said that the Predacons. I'm struggling with all the names now that are wrong and correct.
We learned a lot of names today.
That they're like greatly outnumbered.
Yeah,
It's
they
like,
say
we see?
they say greatly outnumbered, but they literally said he's like according to like the scan there was 6 of them, and we only fought 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they went back,
and then
they saw
run
Dinobot.
That's right. Okay, well that ruins one of my predictions.
But
Well, there might be more floating around and they come to
So they're-
Earth. So
Sure.
so I'm gonna spoil one thing at some point.
You son of a bitch.
But there was 6 Predacons, Dinobot. He's a Velociraptor of some
Mhm.
sort.
Mhm.
Megatron's a T-Rex. Scorponox, giant scorpion. There's a
There's a
Beedrill. What's
yeah,
his
Waspinator.
Waspinator.
there's a spider.
And then there's a spider.
Tarantulas.
So there's another spider at some point. I know that
Okay.
because her name's Black Arachnia.
Wait, so for
Nice.
the ones that we saw in the battle though, it was
All of them, but the dinosaur.
it was the T-Rex, the spider, the wasp, the scorpion, and what else? There was one more.
Oh,
of
the
them, right?
pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl. that's right.
Terrorsaur.
Pterosaur.
Okay. Terrorize.
Yeah. Yep, they say that, and the goodies say maximize.
And Dinobot's just going around this episode trying to become leader of one of the groups and failed miserably in the Decepticons.
Yeah, I got his butt kicked
And
immediately.
the end was the cliffhanger of him meeting Optimus Primal and being like, I challenge you to the death.
Mm-hmm.
And if I win, I get to become the leader.
How does that work? Can they just be like, nah?
I mean, yeah,
No, thanks.
they definitely could. I don't know why the other 3 people aren't like, yeah. But they, on the next week, it showed them like definitely fighting.
Yeah.
They definitely fought on this tiny little bridge.
It's like, what if some dude just came into this apartment and like challenged one of us to a fight and was like, if I win this fight, I get to take your spot on the pod, and we'd just be like, no.
Seems fair. Twitter verse.
If you want to join the pod,
yeah.
fight me.
Are you
Or
doxing?
host of pod.
Are you like doxing me right now? Like, come to.
You know where to find me.
You know where we are.
Come fight us.
I hope you don't come to my apartment. Please. Don't you-
Follow Josh home.
Oh no. I have one like existential like Transformers as a whole thought
Mm-hmm.
before we kind of get into predictions, I guess, is just like they're obviously like sentient like AI. Like they're like right? I mean, they're artificial intelligence. They're robots.
Well, they're alive, yeah.
Are they or yeah, do they have organic material? Are they just
Cyborgs?
robots? What I'm asking is, are they only machine or do they have some organics in them?
Have you not seen the movies starring Shia LaBeouf?
Like the first one about 20 years ago when it came out. Do you know what they said?
I mean, they've got to be sentient,
Well, yeah. They're totally like
which means they can't just be artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
wait, what? Why? Skynet was
If you're
sentient. It's artificial intelligence, right?
So you're saying that they're just machines, someone created them?
The machines in the Matrix are sentient. That's an artificial intelligence.
I feel like something with like the energon or something. I feel like it's explained in the Mark Wahlberg one.
I'm just wondering, I guess what I want to know is, yeah, like who made the robots or how did they come to be?
Yeah. I guess I'm under the impression that they're just aliens. They're not. They might not even really be robots. Except for their metal. But otherwise, they're like fully
They
alive.
like called themselves robots.
I mean, they're thingacons, so it's like
I don't know. There's probably some lore for sure.
there's an explanation.
There's an explanation, but
They're
I just don't know what it
ancient-
is.
They're like an ancient form. I feel like there's like a giant Rubik's cube that is like an alien that's like on Earth
I feel like they lived.
that Mark Wahlberg discovers.
I feel like they have a planet, and the planet has like a core, and that core like is a creature, and it like makes them, and it makes them be alive or something. That's my.
Yeah.
There it is, done.
You figured it out.
Did it. Maybe we'll look it up while we're watching the finale. But so
Everything.
my one question, hopefully I ruined some of your predictions,
Mm-hmm.
is there's going to be more Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Gotta sell more toys.
they mildly hinted at it. Obviously, there's pods flying around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So my question is for you guys, what are the new animals? What are the new Transformers that are in the last episode? I don't really know who's in the last episode, so
You figure more dinosaurs.
I'm looking for some specifics.
I wonder what other animals could
I'm
you
going
do?
lion,
Dingo.
lion-o.
Lion. Okay.
Lion? Okay.
I'm going a hippopotacon.
A lion, a hippo.
You think they would go water? You think they would do a shark or something, or is that not
Ooh.
is that not as useful because they're just we'll just avoid the water then?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's
Could
probably
be.
something underwater, right, that they need to get at?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what they need is they need a mastodon.
Oh, like a woolly mammoth?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be bomb. Would be good or bad. All the
Good.
dinos have been bad, but a mastodon, that's a mammal. That's
all
different.
the Maximals have been mammals,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
mammals are good, and all
Mhm.
other creatures are bad.
They're warm-blooded.
Yeah.
Warm-blooded and warm-hearted kind to the planet.
Interesting.
They have lungs.
Any other one? Any other thoughts?
Snake?
Like a bad
I'm-
guy
I'm
snake.
Pretty positive there's not a snake, but that'd be fun.
It's different at
At
least.
least there's a a horned gazelle.
Okay, yeah. I like that.
Fleet of foot for sure.
Yeah.
That gazelle would be. One more. Let's do Joe. You want? I need you to get one more because then we have an even 3 and 3.
Well, let's see. I said mastodon already.
And you said snake, but I'm pretty much just gonna say that's not right. So if you want to throw out 2 really quick,
Octopus monster.
octopus monster.
Yep.
Okay.
Why not?
It's funny if you've listened to our other episodes. Find us at twitter.com.
F&L podcast.
Yeah.
There's only 41 other ones or something like that.
Whoa! Oh, episodes. I
40.
thought we were going back to how many
Oh.
Whatacons.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
there might be 41.
There
I
might-
can see
no,
that.
Yeah.
What's the over? Is that the over under?
I mean, there's like a billion X-Men, right? Yeah.
There, over time.
We'll see. All
Come
right.
and go.
Let's move on to predictions, and we'll find out
All right.
whether or not you guys have a clue what Transformers they
Man.
get
I'm
later.
now I have one that's goofed up.
Still say it.
I'm thinking of changing it to something about a Hyrule crossover because this
As in
show just
Legend of
looked
Zelda
like
crossover.
Zelda. It looked like
It
Legend
looks
of
like
Zelda.
Looks like the Ocarina of
Ocarina
Time.
of Time.
They made a deal with Nintendo at some point.
Yeah, you got to cross sell the merchandise.
First human was Link. In this world.
Also, I feel like this had to be on UPN 9 or something.
I could see that.
In the Twin Cities Metro.
Okay.
That's what it felt like to me. Watching it, I was like, oh, yeah. It brought back UPN 9 commercials. Okay. I have that Megatron is the only baddie left from this first episode.
Okay.
I think they've...
Are you including the Dinobot guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he's such a...
He's obviously not a good
wild
bot,
card.
Yeah,
but
he's a Piccolo, right?
Well, he's not. But he's not.
But he's too shitty to be a Piccolo.
He's also not a
There's gotta be a
mysterious
different-
alien.
Yeah.
That's part of the Piccolo.
He's not one of the Decepticons.
Well, he originally is. That's
Predacons.
Yeah, he's a Predacon.
So then he's a Piccolo. Because he's one of the bad
wouldn't
guys.
that mean that he becomes good, though?
Yeah, I assume he becomes
You
good.
assume he becomes
I assume
good.
he
Okay.
loses the
Oh,
fight, but he
okay.
becomes good.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't get the vibe, but I can't pinpoint. There's got to be another parallel that. Okay. Anyway, then I said somehow new goodies from orbit, new maximizers. What are they called?
Maximals.
Maximals. But I think we still have the original 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with that. I'm adding that on because you already said that there were more. Then I think Primal, like, they're like wrapped up the baddies. Like, I think this is like a real. I think this is gonna play out like a real series finale, in that they've like defeated evil,
Oh wow.
and then that they launch off into space time at the end of this.
Not for a predict, but how do you think they defeat Megatron? Just because I have a predict that.
Bullet to the head.
I think it's volcano related, since they
So-
landed in.
My first prediction is Megatron gets thrown into a volcano.
Yes, yes. Their spaceship, for viewers who didn't watch the show, landed like in lava. Basically,
Like,
they're in
like the Maximal's spaceship was in like on rocks, but it was surrounded by nice green plains and it's beautiful.
Hyrule.
And then the Predacons got put in the middle of a volcano.
Yeah, but
ridiculous.
perfectly safe.
So yeah, number 1, Megatron gets thrown into a volcano.
Love it.
Number 2, Optimus Primal is the only remaining original Maximal. So all the rest of them are gone.
You did the transverse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of yours. Number 3, there's a third team. There's a third party. There's the Maximals, the Predacons, and then some sort of third like neutral team that's just like sometimes they fight either one of them.
Neutercons.
Led by Dinobot. Neuter.
Yeah, neutral. The
That's-
Neutercons.
The Swiss cyborgs. Yeah.
From Switzerland.
Yeah, they're neutral. And then
I got nothing. I'm just letting you do it.
and my last one is that there's a female character.
Okay. I mean, there is definitely a female character at some point. We'll see if that female character is still in the last episode.
We'll see.
That'll be fun. Black Arachnia.
Black Arachnia?
Yep.
Cool.
She's another spider.
Is it going to be kind of racist?
No, I actually don't think so.
All right.
I don't think she's
Agree to disagree.
you don't know anything about her. You're the one that's prejudicing.
Prejudice.
Black Arachnia prejudice.
Wow.
Well, on that note, let's get to the finale. Oh, no.
Oh, you don't have predicts because you've seen it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I know the overall. I don't remember who's in it technically.
Okay.
But I'll just hold off. This is another 2-parter. We're gonna watch the second half because they once again happened like on corresponding, like one after the other on different days.
Cool.
So we're gonna watch part 2. I think it's called Nemesis. And we're back. Finale. Beast Wars. Nemesis Part 2 complete.
Beasties.
Correct.
Life complete.
Joe, you can die happy now?
Yeah, I've seen all of Beasties. Well, I've seen the first and last of Beasties.
You've seen all of Beasties.
I don't know. I was a little bit lost.
A lot of stuff happened.
Mostly because I couldn't hear a word because the FX were way too loud.
Yeah, what was the
Sound
the sound
engineer.
mix?
Come on.
I don't. Yeah, it's one of those like you would assume the show was better, but maybe somehow our stream was terrible. I don't know.
I don't know.
Could have been, yeah. But
They spent all the money on the VFX and couldn't spend it
Yeah.
on sound mixing.
the previously on was just completely inaudible.
It's like previously on, like it's like some guy like.
But the whole show's all like that. The effects were super loud.
This is true.
The CG was way better than episode 1, I thought.
I thought it was at least slightly better.
It was not. It was 1999, versus 1996.
It was much more detailed.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
things were less choppy.
They made them a lot more like shiny. They gave them all like a bunch of them like metallic.
This basically
Huge.
was like a Power Ranger, I thought.
Like this episode or the show?
Just the show. Maybe it's just Transformers in general, but it's like when they scream
Oh,
maximize or
yeah,
whatever, and then like
terrorize.
it felt very Power Rangers.
It's like they're transforming. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Do you have a write up or did you?
Oh yeah, I did.
Did you do that?
Is it time?
It's always time.
Is this the time?
So time for the write up.
Nemesis Part 2, May 7th, 1999. With Megatron wreaking mindless violence over the Earth and headed for the Ark,
So
Optimus
Earth confirmed. So Earth confirmed.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Thanks for interrupting.
Well, it was important. I think it was important.
So they're headed for the Ark. The bad guys. Optimus attacks to no avail. All looks hopeless unless the sudden resurgence of an old friend can swing the balance in the Maximal's favor. So is that the ship?
I think the old friend was Dinobot 2.
Oh,
Okay.
sure.
Because Rat Trap mentioned that he was a clone of the original Dinobot.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did like a weird like flashback thing where he like he was like flashing, they like kind of like superimposed like hit the old Dinobot's like face over his for a minute. So I think he was like, he must have died or something. I don't know. He must have.
Remembering glory days.
They remade him and they must have reprogrammed him or something. Leads me to believe they're robots.
Yeah, he did kind of save the day at the end. Still, though, he's not like a Piccolo. He's like a something else.
Well,
he's like the shitty guy that like he goes back and forth, but then at the end saves the day. Who's that?
Well,
what character is that? This is not the first time in storytelling.
No.
It's been like a shitty guy who turns and makes the.
It's a pretty. I can't think of a person either. But
Terminator. He's the Terminator.
He's
But he's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
But he also that was like a different. It was like technically a different person, I think, than the first one.
Sure.
So the first one could have been a Piccolo.
2.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
He could have been a Piccolo. Then he died, and then he was resurrected as a bad guy again.
Sure.
And then he just made the switch right at the end, which is not a Piccolo. That's just like someone like being like, "Oh, I've been bad my whole life."
It's like a Darth Vader.
Yeah, he's Darth Vader
Fair.
at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I like it. Because even in that scenario, like he started out, as kind of a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Had some demons, but who doesn't?
I hate sand.
Why? We were like brothers. Don't do it, Anakin. I have the high ground. Every chance it's the only part of that movie I know.
This exact same thing last week.
I don't know if it was last week or not, but if you guys are going to bring up Star Wars, I'm going to quote.
Yeah, we're the chosen one.
You were like brothers, Anakin. I'm gonna do it every time.
That's not even the right quotes. It's just, but that's what it is to me now because I'm not gonna go back and watch it and figure it out. Right?
It's a terrible movie.
One of these days, we're gonna watch just that scene.
Did you hear this petition that people are trying to like remake? Like, let us remake The Last Jedi.
Yeah, I saw that today too.
It's so stupid.
Why?
Oh man.
Just fuck it. It was good. Just let it be. It's
I
fine.
have like this has nothing to do with beasties, but like I have like 3 thoughts about that. It's like one, like The Last Jedi was awesome.
It was great.
Number 2, like what a dumb idea to try to remake a movie.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Number 3, kind of a fun idea to try to remake a movie, right? like if you take like another like shitty sequel, like what if you could like remake like Batman v Superman? Like
I didn't think that was that bad of a movie either.
okay.
Everybody else
bad.
hates that movie,
It's real
and
bad.
I get it. But it's. Have you seen Suicide Squad? Because Batman v
Yeah.
Superman isn't that bad.
Yeah, it's a different kind of bad, but it's bad.
But with some tweaks, like you can definitely make it better.
I just think I don't go
sure.
into
sure.
like crazy huge movies like any superhero movie, Star Wars, like Indiana Jones, like all this like blockbuster shit. Like I don't go in any of those thinking, oh, this is gonna blow my mind with like amazing kind of. I'm just gonna be like, this is gonna be dumb fun.
Yeah. That's what I mean by like number 2 is like this is that important to you that you're gonna like spend resources to try to remake it. Like why not just like spend your if you actually have the resources to do something, why not make a new movie that you like?
Make your own space opera
Yeah,
and make it good
dummies.
if you think this one's bad.
I think Batman vs Superman is bad. I wasn't expecting to like it, and it was bad.
I think there's interesting things, but in the end, it doesn't make sense. So
It doesn't make sense. And to make some things make sense, it's just they just use a throwaway line
yeah,
of just a one-line
I think
explanation.
I like all the Batman Affleck stuff. I think that's all pretty cool.
I do like how Batman kills people now.
Yeah, and
Sure.
he's like,
But I mean, so the whole movie doesn't really bug me, but then he was like, Martha, how do you know that name? That's stupid. That's stupid.
yeah, right.
Bad.
That's one of those.
That's
things
like the
just
whole term.
How do you know
That's
that name?
the whole movie hinges on that.
Yeah.
Oh, we're friends now.
That was my mother. We're like
the
brothers
part
now.
that you don't like
yeah.
is the movie.
I like the Batman
Yeah,
stuff's
but before
cool.
but
like-
before that, Batman is kicking the shit out
Yeah.
of Superman, and it's awesome.
yeah, and then like the whole thing about like what's his name, Lex Luthor trying to like weaponize Superman because he has like Martha hostage or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, essentially like it includes this debate about should we have someone that has this much power, because what if this power is turned against us? And I think that's an interesting idea that goes nowhere. Which brings me to my next point about beasties is like, does Megatron have too much power?
He's now a dragon.
Some
All of
shit
the-
has gone down since we've seen.
All of the like new
Megatron.
animal stuff made it very confusing for me.
Well, most of the people, like everyone that was still there, was pretty easily recognizable, at least.
I mean, if you'd seen them, if
They-
you'd gone from
they
first
looked
to
like
last,
they're animals, but you wouldn't know. They look different.
if you'd gone from first to last, it's kind of hard to be
Optimus would be pretty hard.
Yeah.
He looked completely different. I am not 100%. I think he got like the core of an old Optimus or something like that. There's definitely like time travel going on. Like somebody like the Autobots, I think from the original
Is it a J.J.
cartoon.
Abrams show?
Yeah, I think this J. Abrams had he did some consulting in on this.
Sure.
I feel like they like found the dead bodies of like the old Autobots from the first like 80s cartoon.
In the Ark, in their shit, maybe?
Yeah, something like that. But like that doesn't make sense because they came like
Right.
to Earth before that happened. So there's like some sort of time thing going on.
it just loops back around.
Because then there was two giant, and that's why I think they all got like different powers. Essentially, they all got like upgrades. And then there was like old spaceships there. So either Decepticons and like Maximals or Predacons or whoever, the bad and the good, were already there before at some point. And they just found extras. Like they're like, oh, they were already here. Now we can take their power.
Interesting.
Or there's like a time thing. But
time thing.
But like
I like that theory.
I heard like Rhinox say like this hasn't, but it hasn't happened yet. Like he said some weird. He said
He
something.
hinted at a time paradox.
He hinted at some sort of time paradox. Yeah.
This whole show had the like, they kept saying things about destiny and fate, and then Megatron was some sort of zealot, weird.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Westboro Predacon.
Megatron was like half the time they were at him.
Wild.
He was holding like a Transformers Bible, and all he was doing was like quoting scripture. That's all he was doing.
Weird.
While he was
Predacon scripture.
during like the final battle, while he was like fighting Optimus, he was like quoting scripture, and then Optimus was like, "Finish the line. He doesn't
finish the verse."
Yeah, and he's like, he doesn't give up. Like the good
Yeah.
guy like doesn't. It said like the good guy like doesn't prevail, but he like doesn't give up or something like that. And I was like, well, that's not gonna help you then, if the prophecy is correct. So he was a prophet dragon, which is interesting. I like the idea of a kid show getting real fucked up, culty, and like him becoming like a weird prophet, like false prophet.
That's what it seemed like happened.
Well, and like he like aced his own dudes too, right? There's a part where he shot at his own
He
guys.
killed.
He was firing with no regard, just at the Earth
Yeah.
from their ship.
Essentially 4 people died that we saw. The Ant-Man,
Ant-Man?
there was an ant guy and the scorpion guy that were like shooting the
two-
Neanderthals or whatever.
The two bad guys, yeah.
And Megatron just killed them with a laser beam.
Yeah.
I think because he was trying to shoot the Neanderthal guy, and he missed that guy, and he only killed his robots.
Well, even before that, he was just firing wildly towards the Earth.
Yeah, and then he killed.
Because we opened up on a gazelle who did not turn into a
He
robot.
was not a robot. No, sorry, Jimmy.
But it was just running from laser beams.
He killed the Tiger Hawk guy with a laser beam.
Yeah. We had actual murder happen.
And then he killed Dinobot too.
Oh, sure. Forgot about Dinobot 2.
Or, I mean,
Dinobot
technically
the second.
he like beat up Dinobot 2, and then Rhinox flew his ship through the other ship. Like, so technically Rhinox killed Dinobot
yeah, and
2.
then wasn't the part where they were like, Dinobot, get out? And he was like, nah.
He was like, even if he would have said okay, the ship blew up 1 second after he said that, and he had no chance of getting out.
They're like, Dinobot, look out. And he was like, what?
Yeah,
It's like, I'm good. My existence is confusing. Just kill me.
I'll be back.
I'm definitely
Dinobot 3.
I'm definitely some sort of monster.
Why do I exist?
Got existential.
Yeah, man. I had. What was my other? I had more notes. Maybe not. Autobotics. No, that was it. We did it all.
Let's see. This show won a daytime Emmy.
What?
For what?
For animation
in
or something?
'98 for outstanding achievement in animation.
Okay, I can see it. Okay. They were like, "Hey, way better than '96." Here's an.
There was a whole we kind of glazed over that. So the good guys' ship was like underground, being like protected, and then the baddies' ship that was actually working and up in the air firing. They had like a ninja blender tractor beam that sucked them out of the Earth. And that's how they like got out, and then somehow they got the goodies ship going again, and it wasn't really following exactly how that was working.
No, there was a shuttle.
They were trying the whole time.
There was a shuttle inside
in it, and that worked.
an old. That's where Rhinox said about the Autobots, because it was an old Autobot, and they said Autobots.
Yeah.
There was an old Autobots shuttle, and then
Cool.
he was like, "History hasn't been written yet," or something like that.
Time warp.
Yeah.
You guys seen the
Time
end of
War.
Back to the Future.
Time Wars.
Let's do the time warp.
Time
again.
Steez.
You guys seen the end of Mighty Max?
That was
Where
like
he
a
comes,
show?
where he
Yeah.
comes back.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to like spoil it for Jimmy if you haven't seen it.
I'm not 100% sure what happens. Virgil dies. I'm pretty sure.
I have like Mad Max toys somewhere.
We'll save it in case we do that show someday.
Nice. And then then the very end of this show, well, the good guys win and sail off into time space with dragon guys somehow strapped to their ship or something into like a black hole.
Well, they hinted that they were going back to Cybertron.
Yeah.
Which is the Transformers planet.
Yeah.
And what I read while we were watching, Primus is like a planet-sized Transformer guy who created the Primes or something like that.
Yeah, because the Primes are like a lineage, right?
Yeah, which is like Optimus Prime.
Mm-hmm.
And so he created them, and he created Cybertron, the planet, to which like the Primes live on. And then there's a guy named Unicron, who's another planet-sized robot, who's like evil. And I think the Primus and Unicron are brothers.
Brother planets.
And they're like fighting each other. So then Unicron like makes the Decepticons his like followers.
Sure.
So I don't know. I never figured out who created them. It seems like at some point they like retcon it a little bit and like say like Unicron like created like the Decepticons or something like that.
Sure.
So it just seems like Primus, and so then it's like who created them, and that's probably not an answer anybody has.
So the only other thing was that at the end of the episode, they go back to like the caveman African Neanderthals, and they have like huts, and they have some of the Transformer like things that were left behind that they're like using as as like masks and things, and then it like scrolls up and Waspinator's there like their god, which is pretty fun. That's how the show ended. Like Waspinator's taken over.
I'm gonna skip
Just
to
this
the.
douchey bad guy.
I want to skip to the part where we say, "Will you watch this show?" And I want to say, I want to rewatch this show in the mindset that this show is just about Waspinator. It's about
Right.
him. And you know everything works out really good for him. So I just want to pay attention to him the whole time and just see.
That's true. He's just like slowly making a path for himself, like getting in with the Neanderthals.
I bet you're going to feel so bad for him the whole time. You're like, God, I can't wait till he just gets his. And he's gonna just be good. He's gonna be someone's God. He's gonna be so good to them.
He's gonna be so good
because he knows pain. You know,
Somebody's lord. Yeah, I think I'd do it. It's only 3 seasons. This was episode 13 of this season.
I think there was 53 episodes total.
Oh, dang!
Mhm.
Well, that's more than I thought I was getting into. It was
You've
like the
committed.
30s.
You already committed.
Hmm.
I finished Milk in the Middle. I do need something to watch now.
Hey,
So,
this could be your new Frasier.
Joe, have you finished Frasier yet?
Not yet. I kind of took a
God
break.
damn it!
Honestly, like the momentum slowed down after Daphne and Niles got together, and I was like, oh, okay.
That's where I'm at as well.
When Niles isn't as tortured, it slows it down for a hot
Mhm.
minute.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
true. A sad
Just
Niles
waiting
is a
for
funny Niles.
Yeah.
waiting for what's her name? What's the woman that Frasier chases in the finale?
No.
Laura Linney?
Laura Linney. Waiting for her to enter, but she keeps not entering.
Yeah, she's not gonna enter for.
Because I think that's where it'll pick
hot
up for
minute.
me. So maybe is it like right at the end?
Yeah,
God damn it!
She's the one.
it's worth it. Predictions?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I have some.
I think I was just completely wrong. Have that Megatron was thrown into a volcano. I mean, he's strapped to the ship at the end. That Optimus is the only remaining original Maximal, but looks like all the original guys. Are still
Literally, all of them were
there.
there.
Yeah. I have there's a third party, which not really. I mean, I guess there's the humans, but I meant of.
You definitely meant a
Robots.
robot.
Yeah,
Right?
I kind of thought for a while I thought there were because those 2 baddies who get aced
Mm-hmm.
kept saying the royalty is gonna be so pleased. So is that
No, I
is
just
that
think
Megatron's
I think,
lineage?
Yeah,
kinda
I
thing?
think that ant guy just talks like that, and they're totally Predacons.
It's just how he talks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have that there's a female character, which there's Black Arachnia.
There was a female character, and
Wait,
she
she
did
didn't-
talk.
Did she talk?
Yeah,
Oh.
You
you
a
were,
couple
you were
lines.
you were on your phone. That's
must have
probably
missed it.
That's probably when I asked
Very
you, "Hey
few
Joe,
lines.
how you liking the show?" And you said, "Not missing anything."
Yeah, I was like, I caught everything.
and I was like, "I know you didn't."
So I get a point for Black Arachnia.
Nice.
So you got to say it right.
The one only Black Arachnia?
Yeah, I think you said Black Rachnia.
Oh, it's Blacknia.
Blacknia. That's getting weird.
So I said that Megatron was the only baddie from the first ep. Not true.
Nope. Waspinator rules supreme still.
Waspinator. We had the Scorponok guy, whatever.
I'm not 100% sure that was the same Scorpion guy, but I'm not sure.
Different. Could have been many
This one,
scorpions.
I don't
throughout.
remember what Scorponok sounded like in the first one, but this one was definitely like a Texas Scorpion.
Oh, yeah. Some of the voices were definitely done by different people by the end.
Yeah, but different voices don't mean different dialects.
Sure. I thought the rat guy sounded a little different too. He didn't have as much of the Jersey accent. He had
Oh.
a weird thing going on, but it wasn't
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, then I said somehow new goodies from Orbit. There was a couple. But you had said that before.
Yep.
After I wrote this down, but before we.
I told you I was
Watch this
going to
thing.
ruin some of your predictions.
So do I still get a point for that? Okay, then I said Primal wraps up the baddies as a real finale. They launched into space time.
I mean-
that happened.
That did happen. They did launch into space time. You definitely get that for sure. So
So 1.5, 1.75.
Yeah.
Joe just said yes. Whatever.
Cool.
Nice.
Give yourself points. Michelle got 5 points when she was on, so
Damn, did
crazy.
she really?
I just gave her 5 points.
You son of
I haven't finished that episode yet. Spoilers.
Sorry, bud.
Which one was that? Gossip Girl? Gone Girl?
No, that was
Pretty Little Liars.
came
Oh,
out
yeah.
a couple weeks
Pretty
ago.
Little Liars. Did no one say that during the show?
No.
I haven't finished it yet, but it's
They're not. None of them
Is
are
that a
English.
thing?
But why not? Pretty Little Liars.
What do you mean? Why? What do you mean? Why?
It's a missed opportunity.
Transformers Beast Wars. What do you mean? Why are we not saying stuff like that?
Why would we say it like that?
Because it's got a lot of fun stuff to say.
Hello, welcome to
You're
First
not-
and Last.
We're gonna do like
Shitty Cockney
UK
accents.
week next month or something.
If you make
Yeah,
the
I
promo
like
video, we can do UK week.
I like it.
Maybe an international month or something.
Yeah, man, whatever you want.
Cool. We just do shows from other. Can we do?
We'll just do 5 versions of The Office.
Do
I would,
BBC
I
shit?
would like. I would
Yes.
like to watch the Japanese Office.
That'd be insane.
Yeah, why not, right? Office month.
Office.
That'd be tough by the end of that.
Maybe.
It's so uncomfortable.
A little thing before we wrap up that you guys don't know is that there's a sequel to this show
Oh yeah.
called Beast Machines.
Beasties too.
Maybe Beasties too. I'm not sure. It's called Beast Machines.
Is it just a straight continuation?
It is 100% a straight continuation of the show.
So you're saying a lot of Waspinator.
You know what? I don't know if they go back to Earth and just revisit Waspinator.
Do you remember like following along episodically as a kid, or like were you like, oh shit, like I remember what happened last week, now this is what's happening this week, or was it just like Beast Wars is on, this is fun?
Edit that.
I remember watching it when I could and like essentially knowing what was happening, but obviously since it was like a time before the internet, essentially,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
just one of those. If I missed it, I missed it. So,
Uh-huh.
but I saw a lot of it. I remember seeing the end.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if I saw the beginning. I don't know when I like started watching it, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
and it probably like, I guess it would have to be after 99, but it probably repeated such that you could like.
I definitely had seen the
Watch it.
beginning for sure and the ending before this.
Okay.
But I knew a lot about characters and stuff, so I've seen a lot of the show. But
Yeah.
You could probably piece it together, what you'd missed. You know.
I'm just wondering if like as a kid, if you cared about like the story from beginning to end.
I like the story. I did.
Mm-hmm. Because
I-
like for Power Rangers, I don't remember following along like a story arc, but I feel like for other shows, I did. Like X-Men, I think, and Mighty Max, which we talked about.
Secrets.
Yep.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I liked because like that was Star Trek Next Gen was on. It's not a cartoon, but that was like story arcs. It was like little story arcs throughout, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of one of the first of its kind that did something like that.
Gotcha.
And so I enjoyed that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was really important to not like miss an episode of that.
I think it's kind of interesting that you were into this show but didn't like seek out the toys, because it seems like this is to sell toys still, even though it's, you know,
I had one.
not a bad show.
I had
but-
one or two of them, but I had a bajillion like Ninja Turtle toys and like GI Joes, I think. And so I think I was just like those are my toys.
Okay.
And a couple other toys from other shows or whatever I had
Yeah.
were just kind of like they in my toy universe they like kind of got retconned in to like that
Just
you
in this
like you
show.
know
Yeah.
like the Ninja Turtles fought Black Arachnia one time.
Crossover.
Yeah.
And it's just like the
Crossover
Black Power
episode.
Ranger or something
Yeah.
standing in for Black Arachnia.
Yeah, exactly. So like I didn't do that, but yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of these toys. I had one or two. I mean, I just like the idea of it's like a Lego. You transform it once, and you're kind of like, oh, cool, I did it, and then it's just an action figure.
It's just work now.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta turn it back. I remember being at, remember as a kid, my grandma must have found a bunch of Transformers like a garage sale or something, and I thought they were so cool, but like actually changing them into things was like impossible for my little brain to figure out.
Oh, and if you got
So
them from like a garage
spent
sale,
so much time. Yeah,
you didn't have
There's
instructions.
no instructions.
So it came as like a car,
I
and it
didn't
was
even
like
know
there's
what
no
half
way.
of them were supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime was sweet. He was obvious because he's just a semi truck.
Right.
But he was just legs that folded back behind him, basically.
Did you have the camper or whatever they're called, the caboose of a semi truck?
Yeah, there was a butt.
Whatever. What are
Like
those?
the trailer.
The trailer part. Yeah.
Yeah, the caboose.
So,
I
but that
say.
just falls off when he's a robot, right?
Yeah, I don't know what its function was beyond.
In the show, there was like a gun in it or something like that, I think. I really
Like
do.
Just a
in the first
cannon.
episode of Beast Wars, like when they turn into robots, like they don't like fight each other. They just like turn into robots and shoot each other with their robot guns.
Yeah. Pew, 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 pew. They're like, oh, man, you're bad.
Yeah, I wonder if that was like easier to animate than like combat. Probably.
Well, like every single person's
Oh,
bullets was
yeah.
like little orbs
yeah.
kind of thing. They're like, nah,
The
lasers.
Scorpion guy shot Dinobot right at the beginning with some sort of weird like hand claw thing that popped off
Oh, yeah.
and shot Dinobot somehow into the ether.
Oh, and Waspinator shot like stingers.
Oh.
I think that's what he was shooting. Like out of
Yeah.
his gun, it was like stingers.
Mm-hmm.
As to pixels. As
I-
to one big pixel.
Eye to detail right there.
It's great.
So good. Joe, how can people find us, rate us, tell us we're good, tell us we're bad?
We're on we're on Stitcher and Podient.co and Google Play,
Yep. And-
iTunes,
And the iTunes,
YouTube.
Apple.
The iPodcast.
Yeah, we're at F&L Podcast at pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't find us, if you search first and last, do we find us now, or do we still have to search for Tiger Castle?
I don't know.
On YouTube, on
Figure it
YouTube
out.
for sure you can. If you search first ampersand last, it's easier.
I mean, if you listen to this on Podient, there's links to everything on there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then there's also links, I think, to other stuff. But rate us, because that would help. That'd be neat. If you like summer camp, give it 5 stars. Or else your mom won't let you come back next year.
If you have suggestions for other kid shows for us to do, let us know next year. I'm kind of booked.
We could do a winter camp,
Winter camp?
ski trip. First and last
man.
ski trip.
Sounds like a college years. It's
College
like
month.
we have to do
then?
like Saved by the Bell.
MTV's Undressed. I loved that show. That was a great show. MTV month would be pretty great, though. Let's be
Okay.
honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential in that.
A lot of potential. We can do the
Prom date.
First and last Real World Seattle, where the Miz was on.
Oh, I like in it just the season of the real world. That'd
Yeah.
be interesting.
Well, because that would be the story, right?
I guess that's a series, right? Like it's not. Yeah, I get
It's
what you
always real world
mean.
somewhere.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, that's essentially
Real
It's
world,
interesting.
Daria,
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead.
Well, if you want to join this brain trust, hit us up on the social medias.
Yeah,
If not, just hit like and silently lurk.
and if you want
that's
to be
fine
a
with
guest, remember you just have to win a fight with one of us. So train hard
That's right.
and don't pull any punches.
Because we won't.
Yeah, we're coming at you.
We shouldn't be threatening everyone that's listening to the show.
I guess like if we're giving up a spot on our podcast, like you should have to give something up too. Like if we win the fight, then like we get to like take your car or something.
Taking your girl
Yeah.
Did they get
or
a?
your man
Did they
if you're a
pick
girl
which one of us they want to
who
like?
beats us up, which is
They're
highly
like,
possible.
I want to fight Jimmy,
Mhm.
and I want to take Jimmy's spot.
Yeah. It's individual.
Are you specifically going after me now?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just trying not to make him go after me.
Yeah.
Huh.
Go after Jimmy. He's
Because I'm like number one,
yeah.
and that's the
Yeah.
spot that they would all want.
He has
Yeah.
the comfiest chair. That's exactly it.
You do have the comfiest
I
chair.
like this chair a lot.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening.
See you next time.
We'll see you next week for another First and Last.
Beasties.
Sleep tight, beasties.